Okay, so a lot of people think that they are helpless when it comes to their genes. You know, they believe that there's little or nothing. Sorry, I just finished eating corn. They believe that there's little or nothing they can do when it comes to certain diseases that runs in their family, like diabetes, high blood pressure, eye problem, arthritis, wherever it is. So they feel they are helpless and there's nothing they can do about it. But that is not true. In fact, in natural medicine, we don't consider genetics as a cause of disease. And then I will explain the reason using three examples. So let's assume that this remote I'm holding now, it's a glass cup or a tumbler, and we all know that that glass is fragile. It's not supposed to drop on the ground. We know if it drops on the ground, it breaks. So now tell me how you expect me to hold it. I will hold it with all the care in this world that I have. I will protect this tumbler with all my energy, with all my heart, with all my mind. So if diseases run in your family and you protect your health, your cells, your body, you protect it like a glass tumbler. You are careful with what you eat. You are careful with how you live your life. You are careful with the kind of thought you think, the kind of emotions you entertain. Believe me, you will not come down with that same disease that plagues your family, because we are doing something different. The second example, you all know a museum, even though we've not been to, most of you may not have been, like me, I've never been to one, but we know they keep precious items there, and some of them are fragile. They can keep fragile things in a museum for years for people to go there and see. So you can also handle your gene that way. Still the same scenario with the glass cup. And then the third example I want to give is that of a loaded gun. So what happens in the case of loaded gun? A gun can be loaded and kept as long as nobody pulls that trigger. That gun is not going to release anything or kill anybody. It is the trigger of a loaded gun that is dangerous. So you coming from a family line that has certain diseases running through them, you treat yourself as that loaded gun that is dangerous, that any little pull on the trigger it can release. So what's the trigger? The trigger is simply your lifestyle, your diet, and what you think or how you feel. That is what are the triggers. So if you can manage this well and you make sure you are eating well, and by eating well I don't mean processed junk food or food that because you see NAFDAC number on them you think they are healthy. I mean rich living foods from the earth, like natural food, unprocessed whole plant foods. You eat them, and then you exercise, you are mindful of your thoughts, your emotions. Seriously, you will not come down with diseases that run in your family. And someone said diseases run in families because they eat the same way. It's true. If you check out family, especially nuclear family, which later branch into extended family, grandkids and others, they have the same eating pattern, they have the same lifestyle pattern and all that, even the same temperament, character, attitude. It runs in family, and that's why diseases still runs in families. So with this, you should know that your genes don't have the ultimate say. You are the one that have the ultimate say. Thank you.